conversation about oh, Maria, I got the camera here. It was in my pocket. Okay. Basically what this is we're from under the Bridge Studios, and I got together with Rome, and we were talking about our community. This is basically how this happened. In this conversation, we were talking about the old days, about the music, how when we grew up in the 60s, what was going on, like the Tall Stars and groups like that. But when we started realizing how much talent there was in our community, but we never really appreciated this talent. In other words, it was going in this direction, and we started talking about, we knew this person. But by the time we realized it, we must have mentioned about 30, 40 people that had paid some kind of part into the music, into the arts. So this is how this came about when we said, well, you know what, let's do something for ourselves. Now, one of the reasons that our situation is the way it is because we're doing it with no money. This is something that happens in a lot of communities. This is art for the sake of art. This is something that we're doing strictly art because there is no funds, nothing's coming out here. We're giving to the neighborhood. The purpose of a lot of what we're doing is to keep art alive. Now, there are some people in this community that have been keeping the arts alive for so long, it's unbelievable. I mean, it's so natural, like some people, like one of the first persons that what we talked about here was Kevin Murphy. Kevin, I mean, this is a person that, since I met Kevin in the early years, it's always been about the art. I mean, I don't think you ever had to tell him, you have to do this. It was done. He's been documenting the arts for so long. He's a writer. He's writing a book. I mean, Kevin has a history like this. So we told ourselves, what more perfect person can we give the first award? We wish only one thing, that we would have had the funds that we had made this to the other level. But what you're getting here is the purest form that we could ever give you, art for the sake of the arts. And what more better person can we give this as a fellow artist is Kevin Murphy. This was the first person we thought of. We said, you know what? Kevin is the person that we are going to honor for the first time. Hopefully what we're doing now is going to grow to another level. But right now, at its purest level, I think we're giving our friend the most purest honor that we can, because it's from the artist to another artist. And this is what we're doing here tonight. And the food is fantastic. The food is great. What you're seeing here in the art that we have here is just a small sample of what we actually have in the studio. I mean, if anybody would actually start coming to some of our shows and having, you realize that we have over 20 artists being represented now. That's nothing. We got more artists coming out of everywhere. We have young artists coming out of the wood. Here's our work here, here's our work there. Now this is just in the arts. When we tapped into the music, we never realized what we were getting into. We have to realize that our music and the people who were part of the music movement go back to the 50s. That's how far back we were starting to remember. Then we went to the 60s, 70s. That was a whole group when we were growing up. Then we realized that there was a whole new other group that came out. So by the time we realized it, we could never categorize the music in South Chicago under one level because there was too many periods where everything changed on us. Dead Steel Mills, Courtney. I mean, we could name so many people right now on but they kept the movement going. And we never realized how much talent South Chicago really has. We started realizing it when we got more involved in our community, because I've been an artist for many, many years, but I had to come back to South Chicago. But one of the things that we realized here in South Chicago, how much talent we have. The only thing is that's different from South Chicago, from other communities, we're way over here, this way, and it's going to take a while for us to develop, but it's going to happen. Now, one of the things that we have that's really good for us is we have people that back us. Now, we're doing a project right now that deals with the steelwork. We're building a mine. Okay, we're waiting for money. Now, something funny happened. The money didn't show up, but there was one thing that very important came. Alderman Pope stepped up and said, what's going on, guys? You need something? We needed to get to Michigan to buy the material to start this project. Alderman Pope went out of his way and said, you know what? I'm going to loan you some money. And he gave us the first check to start this project off, which is the Steelworkers Project, which is one of many projects that I'm having. So this gives you an example of how our community is I think we should be very proud of the fact that we're growing. We're never going to catch up to Pilsen. We're never going to catch up, but the thing is, we're alive and we're doing it. And I think over the years, well, it's going to take time. But with people like ourselves, Kevin Murphy, and people like this, that's why it's an honor for us to give the first award to one of our elders, a person that is an example, especially to me, who's been doing it for all these years by himself. Nobody has to tell him what to do. That's why when this first came and we talked about it, we said, no, this is the person first. What we realized, though, again, is that we're going to have to work on the music venue for a little bit longer because it's too complicated. It's very, very important that if we're going to do this correctly, we have to do it the right way. But it's got to do a lot of research because we never realized, we never even touched the peak of the iceberg. There's a lot of talent out there. And this is only in one group, musicians, the artists, the writers. We have a lot of talent in South Chicago. And we on the bridge are very, very proud that we are going to be able to came up with the idea and we're sharing it with our friends here. This is a small group, but these are supporters of the arts. It's going to grow. Well, right now, to me, it's perfect. What we have here right now is perfect. We don't need no larger crowd. We have ourselves, that's good enough. Because the word is going to spread. And again, one of the most important things I want to do is, Kevin, I wish we could offer you more, but it's from the heart. And what we're offering you, I wish, it's going to be bigger very, very soon, but for right now, we're offering you something that really, really belongs to us and to you.
Thank you. It says, Under the Bridge Art Studio presents this Lifetime Achievement Award for dedicated service and outstanding accomplishments in writing and video documentation to Kevin Murphy. Thank you. I appreciate it. I have a secret to share with you because we talked about interest in the arts. As a young person, which means many, many decades ago, I was headed for theater. But I knew when I got out of the service I was going to go either east or west and follow my true love. Unless I met my true love in the meantime, I did. I got married, I had children instead, went into the classroom and performed that way. So there's been a long bias toward the arts anyway. So closest I came to theater really then was reporting for the Northwest Indiana Times Loud Theater for about 15 years. But the bias is built in there. The arts, I don't understand why chambers of commerce frequently think they are focused on business, and when they say that, they dismiss the arts and don't understand that the arts are also a business, and a vital business that has saved many cities in the United States and Canada at least, and I could name them, but why waste time with that now. Cities that were dying, but the arts brought them back. But we have difficulty getting that image across to people, and that's an image that we need to sell much stronger. The arts are money, the arts are culture, the arts are tourism as well. And that's enough. I think I've said enough. Thank you. I do appreciate this.
All the folks working up and say something real quick. Just say.
I said it all.
Wait a minute. Thank you very much. Also, we have to remember another person that's very important to our community, if everybody's not aware of her, Sarah Ward.
Yes.
Thank you, Sarah, for what you're doing and what's going to happen in the community, because it's very, very important.
Yep.
Right there, sitting at the table, is a perfect example of the arts going to the other level. These are her students that went there when they were younger, and now they are the instructors. Now I'm going to pass it over to Roman de Leon. the Executive Director of Under the Bridge Studios.
I just want to say thank you all for showing support. You know, we see a lot of your faces all the time, and it's greatly appreciated every time. You know, the purpose of this event, as we all know, is for us to go forward and try to get our nonprofit license, so we can actually start holding music and art classes, you know, and other programs as well here on the east side. You know, so you know, when we came together, you know, we just kind of clicked. You know, it merged. His experience in the arts, mine more or less, you know, experience in the music industry. We came together, you know, put on shows, all ages events, held the music, you know, did the art thing. We got a great response. You know, within the time that we did, I mean, I came in April of last year, you know. Wow. And from April of last year till now, we made so much progress and did so many events, and we kind of had to take a step back. You know? And it's all from the support from everybody here, you know, and then people that couldn't make it as well. But I mean, because without you guys, none of this is even possible. You know, we're doing it for the love that we have for the arts and for the entertainment industry, and without support, it wouldn't even make it anywhere. You know, so I just want to say thank you to everybody again. You know, and our next award that we have going on is a person from the neighborhood who kept the music industry alive, held events. I'm not too sure he even knew that he was nominated today, but my friend Tick Eskimo. Tick has been in the music industry for many years. He puts on certain festivals as well. Blotto Fest as well was one of them. You know, he helps out all the musicians. He did sound. He did many, many aspects of the industry. So this award is the Award of Excellence, you know, for the music industry, and
Well, this was unexpected, but thank you guys. I've pretty much dedicated my life to just keep on keeping the music going here. Been doing it pretty much all my life, 40 now, and been doing this since I was 11 years old. This is nice to get. I hope that it continues to get bigger, and you know, all the musicians that are out here, I mean, it's growing and growing. I'm glad that somebody's starting to take a look and see what we've been doing out here. And I see one of my fellow musicians just walked in, and he's another part of, you know, the thing we're doing out here. We got a lot of great guys out here, a lot of great talent. The music and the arts are an important thing to keep in the community, to keep the community strong, to keep the families and kids and, you know, everybody. It's a creative process that you go through when you're doing this, and it makes you a better person, I believe. So, I mean, it's good to have, and glad to see everybody on board, and I hope it does get bigger. And I see big things happening out here for everybody. Thanks a lot.
Our next nominee, he's not here right now, but this is a person that he's been out there so long in the art and the music world for so long, and of all of us, he's the one that's been all over the United States representing us, talking about us. I mean, there's so much we could say about him, but for some strange reason, he couldn't make it here tonight. But his compadre, good friend of his, also a fellow musician, Frank Corona, is going to accept this award for Jesus Chuy Negrete.
Roman the Lion. Dr. Chuy Negrete has been a big influence to my family, to myself. We've traveled all over the United States. I'm going to do a song for you. Meet the Menudo Brothers. We are known as the Menudo Brothers. Similar to the Dinos back in the 60s. But let me get back and talk about the arts. This is the American Legion Hall. There's a movie going on right now downtown. It's about the arts and the paintings they took during the war. The arts are the voice and the representation of the times that's happening right now. These are the poets the musicians and the artists. It's incredible. Roman, I used to ask him, how do you pick these colors? I said, are they magic? Do you take magic mushrooms or what the heck? No, seriously, I tried. I just don't have the patience to sculpture. He was painting, he's sculpturing stone. Stone. Have you ever tried to chip away? I had a project one time. I was working on an eagle, and I chipped the head off. He said, Frank, try wood. I said, knock the wings out. So, but I'd like to talk about Dr. Chuy Negrete. Dr. Chuy Negrete and I have been all over the United States singing songs about the arts, the Chicano movement, this is what it's all about, bringing people and communities together. The music is, I hung on to Chuy's coattail. We were to San Antonio. He said, we're going to go to Cuba. I couldn't make it to Cuba. Chuy went to Cuba. But I'm going to do a song called Chicano, Yo Soy Chicano. It's a U.S. history class about the immigration. It's happening right now. I haven't done this song in a long time. We also did songs called El Moco, teaching children how to use the handkerchief instead of your sleeve. It's called El Moco. That was Chuy's original song. But I'd like to do the Chicano song for you. And Roman, thank you so much for all the work you've done. Alderman Pope, thank you for supporting us and believing in us. But this is a community effort. If you can't support us, come to the studio. You have to see the work these kids are doing. It's incredible. I love it. And Maria, comadre, Chihuahua comadre, the work she does, and my wife Yolanda, that's another secret over here, the work. The arts, I mean, we have it. We have so much talent. Help us bring it out. Help us bring the young kids, not only the artists, the musicians. Look at over here, these from the Bush Nation. We're from a neighborhood called the Bush. But we're not Bush rats, please. We're not saying we're not. We're East Siders now. We're from the East Side. We moved up from, we're in Bush Heights. We somos gente de categoría. We're people from really, we're bow ties. So I'd like to do a song, and you have to listen. But the immigration is a big thing right now for our people. It's not only for the Mexican people. We have to get involved. And the artists, again, getting back to the artists, Roman, my compadre, has been such a big influence to the children. And you have to go to the bush right now, and he still goes back. We had murals going up over there. It wasn't the 60s. I was driving, I said, Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck on these walls. That wasn't Roman. I said, I don't know who did that. That was awful. But anyway,
I didn't do it.
No, you're helping with the have you seen the mural on the side over here? They're working on another mural that they're going to put up. You got to see this. The murals tell our stories. It goes back to the Aztec times, the Mayan time, Chichimecas. It goes back to the Toltecs. It goes back. We've been doing this. It's in our blood. The number 0, the Mayans are, my wife's telling me to cut it short. I'm not a good talker, but I heard Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, Chuy Negrete and I used to go on the Stutz Turco radio show and talk about the arts. And I wish he was here, because Chuy speaks very eloquent, a very educated man. Dr. Chuy Negrete, another kept secret. We should have him come speaking in the schools. And he doesn't come into the body. He's on the road all the time. We got to bring him back. Hold on.
Real fast, Luz, you stand for me? This is one of our fellow artists from Under the Bridge Studio.
Hi, everybody.
She's showing with us. Anthony's Under the Bridge Studio. So, again, we want to thank everybody for joining us, and hopefully, this is the first of many, because like I said, we haven't even got started with this because it's too big of a project. We thought it was something that we could handle. No, it's much bigger than that, because the art and the music movement and the arts here in South Chicago is too big to deal with it in one night the way we thought we could do it, because this is going to be a long project, and I hope everybody appreciates their talent here in this community. Thank you.
You know, we're doing the raffle after the song. We'll be starting. So.
Ready to win.
I was in the back of my U.S. history class in the Virgin Acme. My U.S. history teacher, Mr. Rappy. And she said, we landed on Plymouth Rock in the 13 cast. Oh, Travis, I heard all this stuff before. I said, teacher, I was reluctant to do it as a teacher before. She goes, George Washington is your father. The guy next to me said, George Washington. Your father's a wow like my dad. The child in the back raised his hand. He says, teacher. If George Washington was my father, then why wasn't he Chicano? So Chicano. And I'm proud, and I know I can do it in my own good way. And sure would say one way, two ways, United Ways, Ways Unidos. Some people say I'm lazy. Some people call me crazy. No soy puro Mexicano. Yo soy Chicano, and I'm proud, and I know I can do it in my own way. And all across the USA, when people ask me, what's your name? Chicano, soy Chicano, right? This is the 60s now. Por mi madre, yo soy mexicano. Y por destino, soy americano. God bless the USA. Yo soy de la raza de oro. Yo soy puro mexicano. I'm sure you would say, dale chai. Here's my baby. My baby.
All right, next, my wife Patricia and Roman's wife Maria, they're going to start doing the raffle.
We're going to do the Pampers Chef. Donated from Yolanda Diana.
Seven, 789-442.
789-442?
Yep.
No.
789-423. Last one, 789-361.
for raffling. My first one went to Rich Aldana's fundraiser, and so I made one for this one. It's called Aztec Love.
789391.
391.
Oh, I did the wrong thing. I can't read.
Yes,
It's me. Oh my God.
All right, the next one is a piece by Roman Villarreal.
It's made with shredded money.
He says he's better money.
789430.
430. You got it? All right.
Next is the skull by myself. 789456. And the last one is this wagon. Ace Hardware Store, South Chicago.
So everybody go to Ace Hardware Store.
789416.
That's us. That's me.
Again, I want to thank everybody for the support. Thank you. And enjoy the rest of the evening.
You could wave.
That's what we want. Thank you. Thank you. We love Under the Bridge Art Studio. Thank you very much. Wonderful event. Thank you.
I really wish we would have had the money we were waiting for.
Oh, lovely, lovely.
I really am glad to be able to do this. But like you said, we had to do it. And I'm glad that we did it. That's definitely the message.
Thank you.
Art for the sake of art.
Thank you.